Christianity as we know it today emerged from a rich tapestry of spiritual traditions. Long before the Church Fathers codified doctrine and orthodoxy, movements like the Essenes, Gnostics and Cathars offered alternative visions of divine truth, spiritual purity, and cosmic struggle. These groups emphasized inner transformation, esoteric knowledge, and detachment from the material world, values that echo through the teachings of Jesus and early Christian texts. This video explores their beliefs, practices, historical trajectories, and how their legacies were ultimately suppressed by institutional religion. The Essenes were one of the three Jewish sects, Pharisees, Sadducees, and Essenes. They were active from around 100 BCE to 100 AD, known for their ascetic lifestyle, communal living, and mystical orientation. Referred to as Holy Ones of God, Chasia in Aramaic, they were also called B'nai Aliyah, children of Ascension. Many scholars suggest that Jesus, his family, and John the Baptist were closely aligned with Essene teachings, if not formally trained within the group. Key practices: esoteric healing traditions, communal property, agricultural labor and celibacy outside of marriage, daily ritual purification and strict ethical codes, belief in the immortality of the soul and divine retribution. The Essenes practiced astrology, prophecy, and angelology. They were known as ancient healers, using natural remedies, fasting, and spiritual energy to promote health and purity. Historical decline. Caught in the chaos of the First Jewish-Roman War, the Essenes were largely wiped out by Roman forces around 100 AD. Their legacy, however, lives on through the Dead Sea Scrolls, and their influence on early Christian mysticism. Gnosticism emerged in the late 1st and early 2nd centuries AD, blending Jewish mysticism, Hellenistic philosophy, and pre-Christian theology. Gnostics believed that the material world was created by a flawed or evil deity, the demiurge, and that salvation came through gnosis, personal spiritual knowledge. Their core beliefs: radical dualism, spirit versus matter, light versus darkness. Salvation through esoteric knowledge, not faith or works. Jesus as a divine revealer of hidden truths. Gnostics taught that each person carried a divine spark which is trapped in the physical body of matter. Liberation came through awakening, not ritual or dogma. Their texts, preserved in the Nag Hammadi library, offer alternative views of salvation, divine beings, and human purpose. Suppression and survival. Gnosticism flourished among early pre-Christians and followers of Jesus until labeled heretical by church fathers and religious fanatics driving dogma and doctrines, like Irenaeus and Tertullian and Paul. By the 5th century, it was largely suppressed through church-led crusades, though its ideas survived in underground movements and later resurfaced in mystical traditions. The Cathars, active in southern France and northern Italy between the 12th and 14th centuries, were Christian dualists who revived many Gnostic themes. Their name comes from the Greek katharoi, meaning pure ones. Beliefs and practices: dualism. A good god created the spiritual realm. An evil god created the material world. Reincarnation. Souls as fallen angels seeking purification. Rejection of the Catholic Church's authority, rituals and wealth. Emphasis on spiritual healing and ascetic living. Spiritual lifestyle. Emphasized purity, chastity, and spiritual healing. Believed in energy-based healing and soul liberation. There, perfecti lived lives of radical simplicity. Persecution and decline. The Catholic Church launched the Albigensian Crusade, 1209 to 1229, and the Inquisition to eradicate Catharism. By 1350, the movement was destroyed, but its spiritual ideals continue to inspire seekers today. Many scholars believe that Jesus' teachings were influenced by Essene practices and that early Christian Gnostics drew from Essene mysticism. These movements challenged mainstream religious narratives and emphasized personal spiritual awakening. Scriptural parallels. Hidden knowledge. Luke chapter 11 verse 52. You have taken away the key of knowledge. Gnostic emphasis on secret wisdom. Spiritual purity. Matthew chapter 5 verse 8. Blessed are the pure in heart. Essene focus on purity. Detachment from the world. John chapter 18 verse 36, "My kingdom is not of this world." Gnostic rejection of material reality. Reincarnation. Matthew chapter 11 verse 14, "He is Elijah who was to come." Cathar view of soul return. Communal living. Acts chapter 2 verse 44-45, "All who believed were together." Essene lifestyle. With the conversion of Emperor Constantine and the Edict of Milan, 313 CE, Christianity gained imperial support. The Council of Nicaea, 325 CE, and later councils formalized doctrine, emphasizing institutional authority and suppressing mystical paths. Church fathers like Irenaeus and Tertullian redefined Christianity, steering it away from esoteric traditions and toward orthodoxy. The mystical, healing, and dualistic elements of the Essenes, Gnostics, and Cathars were labeled heretical and erased from mainstream theology. The Essenes, Gnostics, and Cathars represent lost spiritual lineages that emphasized purity, inner transformation, and divine knowledge. Though persecuted and suppressed, their teachings continue to resonate with those seeking a deeper, more personal connection to the divine. Understanding their stories not only enriches our view of pre-Christian history, it invites us to reclaim forgotten wisdom.